Thank you. Just to draw you back to where this contract system has started. I think if one is looking at when people went to fight for this country, people went to fight for the Swanda system, which was in fact the contract system, the biggest one before independence. And that was what most of the workers were saying that, and that was against. So, and after independence, we still see the same fundamental coming back in terms of contracts. And then one of the issues of my discussion today is the issue of the City of Windhoek workers, especially the solid waste. Since independence, they are still under contract, and they have been working almost for 32 years for this type of contract. And that is what we have started to say. This cannot continue, because I think the liberation struggle was about the contract system, and then I think we need to find a way to get these workers to earn a permanent and decent work. As Namibia also is a signatory to decent work conventions with ILO and so on. So I think this issue is not an issue that is not known to everybody. It's well known to the president himself, the vice president, the minister, even in fact the councillors and the political parties are also well aware of this issue. So these are really issues that has made these workers to suffer, because if you are on contract, for example, you cannot even have a proper medical aid, you cannot have a housing allowance, you cannot even have proper transport allowance, because your contract will end within a period of given time, and then for starters, we have to draw you. These workers have been working on a contract for 6 months basis since independence. 6 months renewed, 6 months renewed. And you know why the city was doing that? Because they know if workers have a continuous employment over a period of 12 months, they are considered to be for severance and all the other benefits. So in fact, that is how these workers have been suffering throughout the process on this contract system.
Now, tell us, have there been any notable improvements or changes in response to these complaints, or has the situation remained largely the same?
I think let me draw you back to when since we took over. I think the union that took over in 2020 from from NAPU and also called Nalau. And then what was happening is that one thing that we have spent and fight for was to say the system of 6 months contract must come to an end, and at least it must start for permanent employment. What the city did is that from 6 months contract they went in to give them 12 months contract, because in terms of the city, the Council Act, you cannot have a person for more longer than a year on a 6 month contract, and they contravene that part. So what we have done is that we have pushed them in terms of their own Council Act, and they have put the workers in a 12 month contract. Now after 12 months, there is no other alternative they have, but now they went to the 5 years contract. Then we can say, at least we have moved from 6 months to 1 year contract into 5 years contract. It's a notable improvement, that you can say. But what they have put us back is to say these workers have not get any increment for the past years that have passed. They are working on a 3,300 as a benefit in a basic salary. And then others apparently they are getting a 700 for transport, and then they have 250 for medical aid or whatever. But even inside the medical aid, a person cannot have, because the salary is too low. And medical aid providers will say that you need to have a certain threshold for you to qualify to have a medical aid. So at the end of the day, these workers, since this petition, protest, and all these things, so far, there's not even any single improvement in terms of benefits. And that we are fighting for is the benefits in that regard. So that is the content to say that are there benefits in terms of the years that these workers have been with this solid waste department? And I can say no, there is nothing.
Yeah. Now, has the union been able to negotiate any specific terms for the workers as benefits or rights?
I think one of the things that we have done is that we have, after the protest and after the petitioning and so on, the city has came back to us and said, can we sit on the table and see what is that we are looking for in terms of workers' benefits? We have submitted to them and said, this is what the workers are demanding. But yet today, I think it is a back and forth engagement. When they feel they want to engage, they will engage. When they feel they don't want to engage, they are not engaging. And we have also went to the extent to refer this letter to the office of the Labour Commissioner. We have petitioned the process. We have went to the minister's office. We have went to the vice president's office. Now the only alternative that we are having now is to go to the president's office. But what we have done to ourselves, that's not the content of why we want to protest now. The protest that we want to have is the health and safety of the workers. The environment where the workers are working is it's unsafe. And in terms of the law, the workers are within their rights. In terms of Section 42 of the Labour Act, when the employee is a good leave danger or to do it workplace, they can immediately withdraw their labor. And that's what we are saying. And I want to draw Namibians and people that are sympathizing. Drive around Namibia, drive around Windhoek. Not Namibia, but drive around Windhoek. And look at how these workers are working within the city. They go to dustbin, they go to dumping sites, and I can tell you, they don't even have a mask. They don't even have a hand glove. They don't even have proper boots. They don't have a proper overall. And that is the condition these workers are working in. And I don't want to be seen as I'm advocating or putting the city on the spot. But let's go with Namibians. Let Namibians go out there and see for themselves. Because those people are visible. You go anywhere and you see them.
Yeah.
That's the argument. That's the argument.
Now, you've mentioned that it is a back and forth situation. So what are some of the major obstacles you face in advocating for these workers' rights?
Firstly, the city doesn't want to speak to us. And we have applied for the collective bargaining process where we have submitted to them. We have informed them that we represent the majority within that bargaining unit. And then I think that the game in place is the council have not seen that the council has not pronounced themselves. We have referred a matter to the Office of the Commission, which we are waiting for adjudication. So that matter has not been adjudicated. So we are waiting for the Labour Commissioner Office to pronounce itself. Now, if you look at the games in play, this is a political thing. The council is run by different political parties. And the political parties that are running the council are having their own way of the insights within the council. The parties are not coming to sit and agree on some of the principal issues. That's why you see that the council cannot pronounce itself because it's politics that is involved. But we don't want workers to suffer in the hands of the politicians. No. And that's what we are saying, that we have to find a way to protest and petition. And now our protest is the government, Namibian government does not take it serious. We want to take it outside. We want to take it outside, whether it's the international ILO, or whether it's whatever protest that we can get outside Namibia. That's where we want to take it outside. Because I can literally see here inside, we are not getting the help that we are seeking for. We have been now, the stop that we are having is the Vice President's office. We have been waiting for the ED. They have told us, give us a month. We give them a month. After a month, yet to date, they don't have an answer. They cannot call the City of Windhoek to order. But the ministry is the one that will employ the councillors. The ministry is the one that can fire councillors. But if the council cannot adhere to the principles within the context of labour matters, I think the minister has the right to call them to order. But the minister has failed. We went to the minister's office. Comrade Erasmus Utomi has failed to call the council of City of Windhoek to order. We went to the Prime Minister's Vice President's office. I think the ED have informed me that they have failed to call the city. We have a meeting with them and to have this discussion with them. So the protest that we are having is two legs. It's a one to the Vice President's office and one to the city. If we don't get the answer within the given period of time, it's to the President's office. If we don't get the answer with the President's office, I think we need to seek the same way they have been fighting internationally for this contract system. That is the same context we need to use to fight for our people's rights.